On this channel, I would say that the most common kinds of questions that I get are coming up, and it all really relates to young balding. So let me go ahead and pop on my handy dandy glasses so I can actually see, and let's go ahead and dive right into some of these fascinating questions. The first one we got here is, how old were you when you started balding? Now, for those of you who have been on this channel for a while, you probably know the answer roughly. I would have to say it probably started, at least noticeably, around 2013, 2014. So I probably would have been in the realm of between like 14 and 15 whenever I started having thinning going on with my hair. Now, I didn't have like these big divots going in up until probably sometime in 2015, maybe closer to 2016, but the thinning started and thus the balding started sometime in 2013, 2014. So it's definitely been quite a while. I'm actually getting pretty close to a decade now, I guess, of having receding hairline, so that's pretty fun. So I hope that answers the question. Why don't you razor shave? So people like to ask me to fully shave my head, like taking a razor and just right down. And the fact of the matter is, it's too much maintenance. I'm actually a pretty lazy guy during certain things, especially when it comes to like maintenance. You can see because I'm kind of growing the neck beard, you know. But no, the whole thing is maintenance. So when you do it, it actually looks pretty good. I have no doubt in my mind that I would probably look pretty good with a fully shaved head. The problem is that awkward transition period when it starts growing back and it grows back like all patchy and gross and weird. I think it looks better whenever it's at a level 2 or below, because it's easier to maintain and keep a consistent look all the way around, and you don't have like weird patches just kind of forming around. I also don't get razor burn that way. So that's the main reason, honestly, why I don't do it. Will you grow a beard? Well, obviously, I don't think that this would count as a beard. No, probably not. And the thing is, I actually probably would consider doing kind of like a 5 o'clock shadow consistent look if I didn't just grow a neck beard, because you can see like it kind of grows kind of full here, but then just like just nothing around here. And it looks like a neck beard, and I'm already bald, and the last thing I need to do is be a bald dude with a neck beard. It's not the look that I want, so that's why I don't do it. However, if there's ever a point where I think that I could grow a beard and not look disgusting, I would 100% do it. I just don't have the genes for it, unfortunately. I didn't get lucky when it came to my hairline or my beard line, so it is what it is. How often do you shave your head? Back in the day, I used to shave every other week. I would do it on a weekend, and I would just take care of it. Nowadays, not as often. COVID really kind of messed up a lot of my normal habits, and the job that I worked at before this current job, I was able to wear a hat at work because it was required because of food service. So I got kind of lazy with it. I've just never really gotten back into the routine of doing it every other week. And it doesn't help that the electric shavers that I keep buying just aren't really cutting it. It was a funny joke. It's not really like doing the work that I want it to do. The only one that's ever been good for me is the one I originally got, but it's also a piece of shit. I don't know. I just can't find one that's really like suited for me, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But if I found one that I enjoyed more, I'd probably use it more often. Why don't you take medications to fix your hairline? I've gotten this question a lot. People have recommended a lot of different medications and a lot of different solutions to fixing baldness. The reality is, I really just don't care. I am a pretty big advocate that your appearance should not determine how you are viewed. Now, that doesn't mean that people aren't going to create some kind of first impression based on how you look, but like I don't care about people that make snap decisions on who you are as a person based on your appearance. The relationships that I want, the friendships that I want, and the working partnerships that I want, I don't want to center around how I look. I want it to center around who I am as a person. So honestly, this is just kind of like a way to kind of filter out all of the shallow people out of life. Now, if somebody said, hey, I could snap my fingers and you would have your hairline back, I might consider it. For no other reason than I'd love to be able to do like hair dye jobs, be able to like have like interesting style choices. But really, like, I don't think about my head that often. I don't think about my hairline very often. Honestly, more people will mention it in my YouTube comments than they have ever mentioned it to me in real life. So I don't care. That's the honest answer. And we're going to do one more question. I might do another one of these later on, but one more question is, why don't you just wear a hat? Especially early on in this channel, a lot of people were like, hey, just wear a hat, cover it up. Whenever I worked at the first movie theater job, they actually did not have hats. I also went to a private Catholic school, dress code, no wearing hats. I used to go to church, which was my other social avenue, and couldn't wear a hat there either. Every single aspect of my life where I would normally be social, I couldn't wear a hat. And that really conditioned me just to not wear hats. I do own hats. I do occasionally wear them if I think I'm going to get sunburn on the top of my head. But even then, it's pretty uncommon. I just never really grew up wearing them, and because I was so conditioned to just never wear them because of all the areas that I was in, I just don't. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. I will say that I think that it shows some sort of insecurity if you're wearing a hat just to hide the fact that you have a receding hairline. And the problem that happens is you get stuck in this trap, kind of like Keemstar from Drama Alert, where because you wear a hat so often, if you ever take it off, it becomes like a huge shock to people, and they start to really care about it. It's like you're hiding it. But if you're just upfront about it from the beginning and then wear a hat, nobody really cares. So I try not to make it a big deal. I try not to draw more attention than necessary to my head, because I just don't think that's that big of a deal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and do not forget to keep it casual.